And we're back Wednesday night live on Chicano Tube. People trickling in right now. Don't forget to hit that like, hit that subscribe. Do the big three for your boy. Like, subscribe, comment, and then when you hit the bell, don't forget to hit the all, not just on my canal, cabrones, but also over here on Chicago Dump's channel right there, listed at the bottom by name, but you could just find it on YouTube as people are trickling in, cabron. Is it live on both ends?
Um, no, you know what? Hold on, I'm still trying to think because I have to set
There's a
up the.
Oh, you weren't on StreamYard? Don't worry about it.
No, I'm on StreamYard, but you know what? I don't think I'm gonna stream to my bro. All my subscribers are your subscribers, so I wouldn't really have. You know what I'm saying?
Pinche Chicago done
I
well.
told you I
The
gotta step
one,
my game up.
this cabron right here that always objects to everything I say. He doesn't believe in conspiracies. And I can go on and calls in during the show. I said, no. We're coming on Wednesday night, but not just that. I want to give props out. Let me go through the formalities. I always got to start out with the formalities first. I almost jumped ahead. The formalities. Gracias to all the day wonders that have been rocking with me through the rebranding of the channel to where we're at now. Gracias to all the members only, the backbone of the community. If you don't know what the members only is about, it's about the gritty, the grimy. We ain't putting that all out there on YouTube. Ask DJ Cholo, did I send you a picture about a day or two ago? The ones that I upload on the members only.
Yes,
What did you think about it?
it was dope. I like the old school shit.
You said old school, huh?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
what? Menace Society? What era?
Yeah. I'm getting that vibe.
You get the Menace Society vibe. So I put that only on the members only. That's where cabron. Imagine if I put those photos out into the world. Imagine how much a lot of these J
Yeah.
cats. These J cats will grab it and make a thumbnail. So what I'm gonna put you up on game right now, and I'm talking a lot already. I'm gonna put you up on game before even this logo right here. And go ahead and check it on and stream it over there, cabron. Stream it over there. That looks dope, man. You got a dope little setup. Before I did not little, big Chicano Tube logo, I filed a trademark. So
Okay.
what I also learned as well is it's way cheaper with images also to file a trademark. So if any of these J cats, if those were to leak, like they go in the members only, clip them and all that,
Yeah.
boom, and YouTube is not gonna warn them or violate them. It's just gonna go to a straight strike. But anyways, that was a crazy picture, huh? Yeah, those stay in the members only right there. You know what I mean? Anyways, gracias all the day oneers, the members only. Of course, I got a guest with me right here. DJ Cholo, go ahead and subscribe over to his channel. Gracias to everyone that's tapping in. Cholo, tell me real quick how you feel. How's the weather? How's the family before we get into it?
Weather's cool right now. Chicago's kind of like in the 70s and shit. We had like a cold front come through the other day. It's gonna hit 90s again pretty soon, like 90, 95 over the weekend. And otherwise, family's cool. Shit, we're doing some. My son my son started college on Monday, so
Okay.
yeah, second
Okay.
one. Yeah. My first one
Shit,
already
big
graduated. My
things.
first already graduated college, and now my other one just started on Monday.
Bigthings.com right there. Those are the moves right here that we talk about here. But man, I'm good. I'm glad to hear that, man. That's good shit, man. All the time. Leveling up. I'm good. I'm glad you're good. Let's go ahead and get straight in. Oh, well, okay. I also came back from Mexico way. I was right over
How
the
was that?
border though. You seen it? You seen it real?
Yeah. I seen the videos. I like that little in that it was kind of like an alley, right? Like an alleyway, like a little.
Bro, the streets
The
over
streets are
there,
small, right? They're just small.
Mexico. Hey, let the people
Yeah.
know. Is DJ Cholo? They might start out. You know what? Let me get in the comment section. Is DJ Cholo Chicano? Is he?
Damn. Yeah. I don't know. It depends, bro. I don't know.
What do you
I'm
mean?
Mexican. I'm gonna tell you that much.
Damn it. Oh, what is this already? The first difference of the night
Nah.
arises 2 minutes into the thing. No, DJ Cholo Chicano. That means you said you saw the real
Well,
way. So I'm assuming.
what's the criteria? You were saying
Here
before,
we
like
go.
you gotta you gotta have a white father, and I
Hey,
don't know. I'm just
you
saying.
know which video came up on my feed the other day? It was remember when Dubs and AC.
Yeah.
Remember when AC called
Oh
him
yeah.
get a gabacho or something like that, and Dubs got all
Yeah.
mad. That I don't know how it was, and it was a little channel, but it came up on my feed.
I seen it. I
Here's
seen it. It was
Dubs,
it was grainy, bro. And yeah, man, I think Dubs let him off easy, bro. He should have treated the fuck out of him.
but what I'm saying is that Dubs all cross-eyed, a la chinga, Dubs
Yeah.
cross-eyed, yelling into the camera hot, and man, that's just it's a bad fucking look, man. But anyway, I don't even know
Yeah.
how I remembered that. I don't know. Oh, Mexico, is that how we got into that? I don't know. But anyways, I came back from Mexico. It was a hit and run, but me and the beautiful, smoking, sexy, hot wife. Shout out to her. She's the executive producer of everything you see right
Yep.
here.
Yeah, she did a good job. Yep.
Yeah, she's on another level. If you follow
I
her on
like your
IG,
setup.
yeah, but shit, look at you, way 3.0. I haven't been seeing.
Yeah.
It's because you haven't been going live. That's why I haven't seen nothing.
Yeah. Like I said, bro, I get fucking I get bored and I'll start taking shit down and putting it back up in different locations and all that. I don't know if you can see. Okay, so you see shit, you see that Sox logo behind me, that
I
flag?
I see it.
That's a brand. That's another TV. That's a Pioneer. That's a 50-inch Pioneer. I have it laying on the side. I'm actually putting that up. It's gonna be my comment screen. So when I hang it, you'll see it's gonna be right over here. It's gonna take up these two monitors. I'm gonna take those out and put that 50-inch over
That's
there.
right. Shorte, West Side San Jose is in the casa El Chapo, El Farmero Santo. I'm on StreamYard, but I know that's one of my wrenches right there. I can't see the wrenches on here. Machete's in the casa. We're just going to be talking our shit right now. We're getting into it. Tony Lopez says, Chicago dumb always argues. Is he always? Watch how we're going to bump. We're going to lock like horns right now. I know we're going to lock like horns on one of these things,
Yep.
but let's just go ahead into it. Mr. Goyo Sanjo Life for all the day wonders. El Chapo right there. ADX Supermax. That's fucked up. I hope you come home, Chapo. I really do. G Sierra, I'm just put a pedo. Fum 209, my members. I'm gonna drop another one in the members only. What about the Fum 209? What about that last picture I dropped in the members only? I was saying in the beginning, imagine I put that out on the internet. All the J Cats will make thumbnails out of it, and they would love that. But that's Selena's history, and that's from a time, and a lot of the people, for one, I trademark all my photos. I told you how I learned that game. You got trademark the photos. That way you can just strike these channels without violating them. Anyway, Salinas Valley Outdoors in the casa. Did you see last night? Shout out to Kev Mac Videos. Kev Mac Video did a live with Cartoon because that dude 600 went out and made a video. This dude 600, I want to get your thoughts on this, right? He hits YouTube. Every video's a beef. Every single video's a beef from the dude 600. I'm calling this dude out for the fade. I need this fade. And then he did it again. So this is how he's building his channel. Hey, to each his own. Maybe this dude 600 is giving a blueprint to a lot of new YouTubers that say, hey, this is the way to do it, grow numbers, just get into a bunch of pedos and pleitos. I will say that it's going to cause problems, that I don't recommend doing that. You know what I mean? Because this shit is real life as well, but it's computer land, but it also spills over, so don't act like the tough guy. He called out Cartoon, and Kev Mac did a live with Cartoon last night. As soon as I heard that those two dudes wanted to fight, I wanted to promote the hell out of that pinchy fight. And so I'm one of the few Chicanos, that has been on Kev Mac videos. Kev Mac videos, there's not a lot of Mexicanos, Chicanos, for no particular reason, nor am I saying is there a particular reason. I'm just saying that was the first channel I ever subscribed to. So he was on with Cartoon. Cartoon saying he's 6'3", 350 pounds. The other dude, 600, easily looks like a pinchy football player from back in the day in high school. I think it would be a clash. I commented on Kev Mac videos, and since I changed the name of the channel, he forgot it was me, because I could tell Chicano Tube, now he kind of reads it a little bit and be like, so I
still be typing in your old name, like, all right, let me look for something real quick, and I be typing in Selena's report.
And so those two, shout out to Kev Mac, those two want to go head up. I'm working on. I'm not gonna put it out to the people yet, but I've always been cooking up some boxing things in the background. I'm cooking something up. It's hard when you don't work with professionals. But what do you think about those two getting in the ring? This dude 600. Now every video is a new beef. He's and you remember Cartoon, right?
Yeah. Old school.
Yeah. The one that says "A gang don't bang."
Yeah.
Shout out to Cartoon. So I'm like, I would extend my services if like the promoter that did Bosco's 2 fights doesn't jump in, that do with the 1111 Productions. If they don't do it, or if someone else doesn't pick up on it, I would do it because I think the people want to see that. What do you think about that fight?
I think that would be a good one. I mean, considering that right now YouTube fighters is the trend. You know what I'm saying? Look at Jake Paul, look at Logan Paul, look at all the big superstars. But at the same time, I think the interesting fights are the ones that you see from the everyday people, like Bosco and what was that, Nina Boy, right? He fought Nina Boy.
Yeah.
That was dope. I mean, like I said, hey, they're gonna talk that shit and they're gonna pull up, right? They're gonna back it up.
Okay, the Nina Boy fight, that wasn't dope way.
Well, I mean, it was dope that they pulled up.
Remember?
Huh?
Remember, he didn't throw. He hardly threw 3 punches the whole fight.
Well, I mean, the point being is they showed up. I mean, like this dude 600, right?
He showed up. You're right.
How many people has he fought since he
He's
wants?
new on YouTube, and a lot of people say that dude 600 that hizo una chueca way. That
Yeah,
he when he managed Crip Mac, that he put in the contract that of course he had the power, the juice. It was all
yeah,
worded in the contract, right? He even had control of the YouTube channel way.
yeah.
So
Crip
when the
Mac
YouTube
lost like
channel,
3 channels.
yeah, so on one of those that had 300K subscribers,
Yep.
the pinche vato owns it today. So let's not overlook that. That's a little chuecada that a lot of people aren't going to look because obviously he's hanging around, he's going to neighborhoods and he's talking. But as far as those two fighting, does that
Yeah,
interest you?
yeah. I mean, of course, and considering that he was one of the last people to interact socially, right? Like beef wise with S Bone, right? I think they were going at it.
Man, rest in peace.
Yeah, that was a crazy situation.
Oh,
I barely
man.
started seeing who that was within a week of his passing. Like a week up to his passing is when I started seeing him pop up on my YouTube, on my YouTube page and stuff like that. And then yeah, he was gone just as quick.
So real quick, Farmero says 600 is a pro boxer. So I seen him holding mitts. Is that a fact? I
Maybe,
seen him
yeah.
holding mitts for Crip Mac. Okay, gente, you got to be careful. I don't care how bad you think you are, how big your ego is. When you're fighting with pro boxers, they know how to hit you
And when?
and where to hit you and when to hit you. You're right. So that's what you got to be careful with boxers. They will lead you in and you will get baited like a motherfucker. Baited like and you won't even know what hit you. So if he's a
The
pro boxer,
confidence.
but
Yep.
again, Cartoon said this. He goes, yeah, maybe 59 because he's 59 way.
Yeah.
He goes, I may be 59 years old. He goes, but I spent 40 of them behind the walls.
Okay.
So that's a preserved 59, which arguably could be what? A 39?
Yeah.
A 59 can turn into a
Hey, but
39?
okay, let me ask you a question, right? So considering he's trying to say he did 40 straight, is that legit?
I don't know because he had a juvenile record under 18 and then he turned to the adult.
Okay, yeah, because
No, not straight way.
Well,
It could
I
be
mean,
straight, right? You got to do some crazy Santana American
Yeah.
me shit.
well, but okay. So what I'm alluding to is
Santana American me.
right before we jumped on, right? Shout out to Triple OG. I saw he had posted a video with what's his name?
Is he in the comment section? Is his Triple OG in the comment section?
I don't know yet.
Hey,
But
you're not on the BNL, are you?
oh man, I don't know, bro. I hope not.
Man, I should have checked in with OG, ran your name
I
through.
know, but I just saw one of his videos and he had posted about old boy G Face, and I guess G Face was saying that he was in jail from the ages of 15 to 34, and then at the end of the video, he said he did 4 terms, 2 months. 10
what did
months.
Raskizi did a video? You know what I mean, Raskizi, Rascal, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to the homie Hangout and Rascal Reacts. He did a video on G Face. Do you remember what that whole conversation was about, or because they were it was a back and forth. There was a back and forth.
It was kind of, I don't know. I guess that's when that whole situation with was that Swifty Blue, right?
Well, that weighs in the news every week for those that are interested. But yeah. I don't know what it was, but there was a little shooting.
I don't remember honestly, I don't remember the interaction.
Okay.
I don't.
Okay, so I don't know about the dude G. I'll tell you this. Here's some fucking game right here. At least this. I don't know YouTube G Face, but I seen a video of him on IG, and he was talking about starting up trucking companies and flipping 20 into 60, 20 to 80, 20 to working the money. I appreciate anyone that does videos like that. I appreciate them because they're lacing the people up. So that dude G Face, he said he came home with gate money, okay, $200, okay, and flip that into what's his own business. So another time we'll talk about LLCs and licenses, because that's what it's about. You know what I mean? It ain't no more about banging and this and that. It's about LLCs and licenses. But anyways, I think that was an interesting fight. I'll put that under my banner real quick. And who I think got it, I gotta go with Cartoon. I gotta go with Cartoon because because between the two YouTubers, he's my favorite.
Yeah, I mean, but considering like Farmelo said, if he's a pro boxer, then come on, man, you know.
I mean, am I betting with my head or am I betting with my heart?
Yeah, you're probably
Okay, you know
betting
what I
with
mean?
your
If
heart.
I'm right, because if I was with my head, I'd be in Vegas. I'd be looking at the odds. The odds will be
Yeah,
a factor, even though the odds have gotten fucked up. But 98% of the time, Vegas odds hit. No,
yeah, true.
that is. I'm interested in that one right there. Anyways, keep it pushing. Another fight. Orale. Oh, that's what it was. Farmero just put it out there. Cabrón. Boom. He said he put out his real paperwork. So here we go again, man. You know what I mean? Something's so there's some paperwork. Let's just say
Yeah.
that. There's some paperwork. Now I wish I would have, not even spoken about it, but I don't know. I don't know. There's some paperwork. So shout out to I know. So you better not be on the BNL, cabron, because we got OG, triple OG in the casa. I appreciate you for tapping in. We haven't missed much, cabron. We haven't missed much. We're talking about on Kev Max 600 and cartoon. I was telling them about the video that just came on my live. Oh, I'm gonna mention that right now. Now that OG's in the comment section, the one where Dubs is yelling in the camera because AC, he did it. Well, a lot of people call a YA move. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just get off first, ask questions later, or say you throw something at him, throw something at his parents. But he was screaming cross-eyed into that live. That's another good one.
And
That's
see what I
another
don't
good one.
get.
That blows
Look
me
at
away, man. This
check
fucking
this
dude.
out. Right, that situation, as bad as it was, considering the facts that it was all over a word Chicano and all this other, whatever their argument was, and but American Cholo went after his mother. Like that's a no. You know what I'm saying? That's a big one. And
You
then
you didn't even you didn't even answer the question. The people still want to know. Are you Chicano?
I mean, I would say yes.
Oh, there he
I don't
is.
know.
There you go.
It depends. I don't know how to explain
What do you
it, bro.
mean?
Like in some people's eyes, yes. In some people's
Chicago
eyes, no.
politics already. Chicago
Yeah.
politics.
See, we got different politics out
Chicks is
here, I
in the
guess.
casa. I appreciate you, amiga. Chicano Tube ladies are definitely in here. Salad Bowl 831 is definitely in the house. The Mikey and the gente to all the Chicanos. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Qué hubo, carnal? I came back from Mexico. It was a movie. Mexico was a movie. Just mariachis all over the place. All right, let's keep it pushing. Did you end up seeing the new video on EBK? Man, shout out to EBK. Did you, bro, when EBK put that post out there that, yeah, he doesn't have to go through the next round of chemo, bro, that's
Yeah.
fucking hit, man.
Oh
That's
yeah. I seen
winning,
that.
bro.
Yeah. I think I was in his live when that one
That's,
popped up.
you were in the live?
Yeah, when that popped up.
That's
Yeah.
winning, bro. I messaged him like, bro, when I heard that, that's enough. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah,
the
that's
crowning
good, bro.
achievement, man. Yeah, God is good. God is good because I those. Remember, I was telling you one time we were talking about that, your natural herbs or something like that, and I told you that I lean a lot toward natural remedies. I would have them go, and I'd be like the juice man, juicing myself up,
Yeah.
and me and the wifey are kind of we lean that way because the cancer treatments, bro. When there's remission of that shit, the death rate is high because you already lost half of the T cells. And again, I'm
Yeah.
not saying anything. I'm now we're talking medicine. You know what I mean? But man, shout out
Yeah.
to EBK. But so, anyways, I said that to say this Dreamer just came on the channel. And so every time
I
Dreamer's
saw
on the
that.
channel,
I saw that.
Dreamer,
That was a
man.
good one.
Dreamer is a good one, right? Because Dreamer, he just sounds like that cool dude you just want to crack a modelo with, right?
Yeah. He
He's
keeps
it's
it
not,
real.
yeah,
He
yeah,
keeps it
yeah.
real, yeah.
Am I are you saying that just to say that, or you got something to
No,
get off your
no. No,
chest?
I'm
Way
saying
you got something to
he
get off
keeps
your chest.
nah,
I'm just
stop
kidding.
it. No, he keeps it real. Like I said, he breaks it down and you could tell he has validity in what he's saying as far as the stories and the situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I'm not sure, but anyways, he came on there, and again, it's a bad look for the other pendejo that keeps on going and going and going, and it's like hanging on this cliff, but it's already pretty much turned into like a YouTube leper. See, these are the
Yeah.
cats you don't want to fuck with. You know what I
I
mean? These are the
told
cats
you.
that okay, say now you got something to get off your chest. Now get it off your chest, and then
I told
I'll
you. I told you. I was telling you for months. Remember before the shit hit the fan, did I not tell you for a couple months like, man, this dude's going to fall off. This dude's going to fucking he's too into himself. It's too much. You know what I'm saying? So, and I told you, bro, and you finally took my
okay.
advice.
Okay, I am going to say this for the record, for the YouTube record, is that you did. But what I was always telling you is, how do you know that I'm 100 on any cat, especially
Yeah,
on the
no.
internet? I pulled up to a fight and did what I had to do, and that was the whole extent of it. Did you see me
Yeah.
on those those fucking all those sex playing lives?
Yeah, no, no, of course not. Never.
Hey, Raskizi did a reaction, right? And I deleted that video. I deleted it because I just didn't even want that vato's face on the thumbnail to be on my channel anymore. So I deleted all those videos, right? But I said that because something in Salinas that's really, really serious. That me, as I turned 18, I seen so many vatos. I seen vatos laying in pools of blood. Those, when I would go to the county for two main reasons. One, talking to other dudes or ladies.
Oh yeah, that's a bad one.
Two, and these are reasons that I seen more people. Again, these are stories I tell in the members only. You guys, they ain't going out on YouTube. If I wanted to push numbers, and you probably got 3 years of war stories we could talk out here, but they go on the members only. But two is sex playing. Dudes from Salinas right here, we don't play that. And Raskizi did a reaction video, and he was like, "Why dudes from Salinas?" He took the words out of my mouth. I could have titled it that. I should have, but he
Yeah.
got me. We don't play that. So I was never on their last fucking whatever you want to call them. You know what I mean? Sex play lives. I was never on those. And I felt the disrespect. I felt the disrespect to the women was on a whole nother level. O sea, that would never be a situation in front of me in real life that I would have
No.
guys saying that and women in the room. Would it be for you?
Oh no. No. You can't to the extent.
How's Chicago? Chicago different? Because Cali's different.
No, no. It's the same way, depending on where you're at and who you're with. But for the most part, like I said, bro, we grew up in the same manner. You don't disrespect women in front of women, as far as like trying to put them on Front Street or whatever. And number two, you don't talk to your homeboys ladies and shit like that and try to play behind the door. You know what I'm saying? Like,
It was
that
it was
shit don't work.
it was crazy because I'm 18, right? But I was always a very quiet teenager. A lot of people don't believe me. Maybe when I say that, maybe they think I've been talking like a parrot all my life. But seriously, I was a quiet teenager because growing up in these environments. You know what I mean? Did you see the new video? I think you've seen it, right? What Paradigm did on Insider.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Okay,
seen it.
I'll let you know. One of the names that he names that he was always at his house. He was right in the middle of headquarters, like right in the middle. And
Yeah.
all that was so we hung out like in a 2 block area. He was right in the middle. I didn't even know that he was going over to that house a lot. And there was like 4 or 5 mob members that all lived, and I say it like that just for personal reasons. There was like 4 or 5 mob members that lived all in this vicinity between Sanborn and Eucalyptus, going down from the bottom of Sanborn, going even up to like where Alsasal Middle School was. A lot of people don't know. Only my
Yeah.
Salas people know what I'm talking about. Going to Alsasal Middle School. So that was a good video. I actually heard Inner Demons when I was on the road to Mex. That got me through. I heard Inner Demons on the road. I just started at number 1, and I'm glad Sandman is putting all the new Inner Demons on there. I thought, oh man, maybe he's not gonna have the new chapters, but man, he had the new
Yeah.
chapters. OG Triple OG said, I never heard Mikey ever sex play with anyone on YouTube. Yada that. Yeah, that I don't even like try to grimace to or something. And I guess that's just some things don't change, right? Like, I mean, I got some things that like when people chew with their mouth open way.
Okay. Okay.
Oh man, that still gets me. Like,
No, no,
I,
yeah, it is. It's annoying. It's loud and whatever. I chew gum a lot, just depending on whatever. But yeah, I try not
you know
to
what?
like.
The people want to know this. Let's see if Chicago Dumb will answer this. Has Chicago Dumb ever done tiempo?
Time. No, 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 never,
Okay, so he's been
never.
smarter than that.
Yeah, I caught a case. I caught a case when I turned 18. Caught a pistol case.
Fought it.
Shit. No, no, hell no. I wish I would have fought it. Shit, I pled out to that stupid shit. I wish I never would have, but you're young and I was having my first kid and shit like that. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna plead out, whatever. They caught it on me. I'm not. It's not like I didn't. They
Yeah,
found it
yeah,
on
yeah.
me. But
Speaking of that, did you hear of Fuerza Regida? The security, that's the big banda group that just, they're the ones
yeah,
that are walking in through the tunnel, playing Chalino, the big glasses. They're doing it the way the youngsters do it. You know what I mean? I
yeah,
guess that's the way the youngsters do it. The youngsters right now like to high side a lot. There's a lot of high siding going on. You know what I mean? Which is cool.
yeah.
It's, hey, do what you do. shit, as long as you're comfortable in your own skin, you ain't got no one to answer to but God. Hey, be happy and hopefully you're living the way you want, right? But anyways, these Fuerza Regida, their security team got blasted at
Oh yeah.
in Mexico way. And
Oh
one of them
shit.
died.
Damn, for real?
It was a straight shoot. I'm telling you, just Mexico, there's certain parts that just ain't cool. There ain't
No,
cool.
yeah, of course. You gotta pay homage. You gotta pay money. Sometimes you
I'll tell you like
gotta.
this. My prima, she my wife made that reel. I didn't make the reel. My wife, my wife is just really visual, man.
Yeah.
She's gifted, very very creative. So she made the Mexico reel, and I had a prima on IG. She hit me up. She was like, "Hey, did you go to Michoacan?" No, because one of my cousins, he did 13, most of them in San Quentin, because he had a hardship. So he did because he was from Santa Rosa. So he did
Okay.
most of them in San Quentin, and then he was born in Cualcoman. So they deported him. They got him back over there, and he told me, "Primo, you didn't even want to come over here." They got another cartel called La Familia Michoacan. He's saying, "Bro, they're pulling over cars, and they and these are not police.
Yeah.
These are not police. They're pulling over cars, and they want a phone number, a name, and that phone number better pick up the phone."
Damn. To check
And
in, huh?
verify, because if
That
you
you're
what
there.
I'm saying is that you're a native, that you're
Yeah, of
not a
course.
stranger. And a lot of us make the pendejo mistake that we want to go in the nicest, shiniest pinche
Nope.
carros.
No trucks, no SUVs. Nope.
That ain't the way to go. So yeah,
Nope.
it's hot in a lot of places. So they got shot at, and one of the securities died. Way, you know what? Hold on, I'm gonna read something. What do you think about that?
That sounds. I believe it for the most part, considering the reputation that's over there as far as
Where's the
you can't
family
fuck
from?
around.
Where's the family from?
Who? My family?
Mexico. Any roots in Mexico? The
Yeah, yeah,
state, at
yeah.
least the state. You don't have to say city.
Oh no, no. I'll tell you. Like I said, bro, I got my dad's family is I know my grandmother, which is my dad's mother. She's from Monterrey. It's called
Nuevo
Abasolo.
León. Okay,
Yeah, Nuevo León. It's a little town called Abasolo.
that's
It's right
on
near the border by Matamoros and all that.
mom's side.
My dad's side.
Okay,
My dad's mother's side.
I get
We
it.
still got a house over there. We got a house. We got property that's still over there in Abasolo. Then I want to say
And you're
my
born here in the States.
yeah, I was born in California, bro. I was born in San
Este
Jose.
Chicano. Este way is Chicano. He was arguing with me at the beginning. Well, I don't know. Your definition of Chicano.
Well, see, my
Este
mother was
way,
born. My
you're a
mother was born in
Chicano
San
way.
Antonio. My mother was born in San Antonio, so
Este
that's why I
Chicano.
was figuring it out. I thought you had to be like both Mexican parents from Mexico.
Both Mexican parents, but you're born here way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, then yeah, I'm Chicano. Then yeah,
That's the definition. Way. That's
okay.
if you heard me say it 4 or 5 different ways, these are just little,
Yeah, no, not you.
little
Other people
nuggets
have
that I
said,
get that I
yeah,
try
other
to
people
help
have
people
said that you
know.
have to have parents that are born in Mexico,
I
and then
know,
you're
I know.
born in America.
Remember Dubs? Remember he was on that one. We go back to Pinchy
Yeah,
Dubs.
yeah, yeah. He
This
was
guy's
acting
he's a
crazy.
fucking one of the biggest clowns, right? So, yeah, he was acting crazy. Remember he said that just because Gail got mad because you're not Chicano.
I know, like it's crazy, bro. Like
That
this,
was a good. He
that
said
was
that in the Pinchy live. I didn't say.
it was
He said
funny.
that.
And I
Miss
think
Chicano too.
from what I remember, my dad's father, um, we have family from Guadalajara. I can't say what part exactly, but I got a cousin, a relative in Texas that's gonna
They're
send
putting
me the family tree and exactly what goes where and where they're from.
they're
So
putting they're putting jackets on you in the comment section over here.
I know, right? Let
They're
me see what
saying I read it right there.
what's the first one.
Okay, no, here's the news. When the security team for the Mexican band Fuerza Regida was assaulted on the Puebla Cordoba highway close to Cumbres de Maltrata, the band's members endured moments of sheer dread. Fuerza Regida is well known in the regional music scene of Mexico. The brutal assault resulted in the murder of Jorge Morales, who was a member of the group's escort and was one of the people who protected them. Reports from the local media indicate that the incident began when an armed gang, chinga su madre, man, blocked the path of the squad. Look at this. They blocked the path of the squad, which was traveling in a white suburban van at the time of the encounter. When the crooks were met with resistance by the security crew, they pulled out. They opened fire on them. The criminals had attempted to assault them. I would say it was a robbery.
Yeah.
It looks like it. I mean, this is just how I don't
Well,
know.
yeah. I mean, I'm
Let
pretty sure.
let law enforcement do their job. But to me, this
Yeah.
looks like this was a hot one.
They were trying to take more than likely they were traveling in trucks or SUVs, and that's the first thing they go after. They see you in a truck or SUV, brand new, they want it. That's it. You got to give it up.
I think I did, and I'm not sure. My members, Foom's in here. I don't know. Maybe Foom has gone through the library and the members only. But I think I did a video that there was an instance where actually it's one of my day oneers. Her name is Veronica Salas, one of my day oneers, and her nephew Charlie Boy just came home from this instance that I'm talking about, where they laid down a big artist, like one of those artists that those artists that come with accordions and everything like that, like
Yeah.
Ezekiel Peña or something like that. This is like 1998. Laid
Yeah.
him down, okay, and when they laid him down and got what they did in and out on their way traveling to go and chill and finally take it over, they took out an op
Oh wow.
on the unplanned.
Yeah.
100 this is the 90s way.
Yeah. Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is the night. It's a whole different time. So unplanned from taking this dude down that has the stadium, the downtown sports center, the rodeo grounds, the Selena Sports Complex has a whole thing rented, which can seat like 30,000 people. Has a whole
Okay.
thing sold out. On the way there, laid him down. Leaving from there, all of a sudden they take out an op.
Damn.
That was crazy. And he just came home, man. I ran into someone that's in contact with him the other day at the dispensary, and I told him just to send mine. But Veronica Salas, she's one of my day oneers. That's her nephew. And man, just a lot of people. The laws are changing. Way I heard a dude on Food Community the other day says they're not even giving any more. They're giving slaps on the hands for cuetes.
Yeah. I
They're
mean, it
close.
depends. It depends. I mean, like I said, it depends. Or were you talking in particular to where? Like what part of the country?
That's LA, where they got one of the biggest problems with cuetes, and they're saying they're slap. I don't know. Maybe my LA people could tell me. I don't know. In the
Yeah.
comment section, he's saying they're slapping them. Bro, they closed down Tracy. They're closing down Chuckawalla. They have like another 3 facilities. If Raskizi's in the comment section, I'm sure he could fact check me. Wait, fact
You
check me
see
because
what my thing is this, right? So when it comes down to guns, right? So basically, I'm in the same category, right? Obviously, we're gonna speak on Donald Trump, right? He's a big time. I'm not gonna talk shit, but I'm just saying he's a big time Republican.
I'm not gonna
Most
talk shit.
Republicans, right? They feel that the Second Amendment is strong, and the Second Amendment should be one of the most protected amendments, correct, in this country. The right to bear arms and protect your family, stuff like that. So
Yeah,
I kind of understand that for people that get caught with guns not committing a crime, I do think it should be like a misdemeanor or something that you can get off your record where you can legally carry and right to own and shit like that. But for people that are robbing and stealing and doing crazy shit, attempted murders and whatever else, that's a different story. But if you're holding a gun just for protection or to protect your family or something, and you get caught with it, I think that should get a slap on the wrist if you're not intending to do any crimes. You know what I'm saying?
that's DJ Cholo's government right there. Hey, there's a question right there. Ask DJ Cholo what he thinks about parents who dress their little kids in gangster attire. There's a lot of videos, right? They put them in Charlie Browns and hairnets. And
I mean,
is it cute or is it disgraceful? Chingao, that's a hard word. Disgraceful. That's a hard
I
word.
think
That
I
might
think
offend some people.
it depends on the situation. Like, see, there's a lot of people that dress their kids in gang colors, right? It could be red, it could be blue, it could be yellow, it could be green, whatever. If you're dressing your kids in gang colors because that's part of your gang world, that I think that is disgraceful. But if you're paying homage to like the old school cholo look, the like you said, the Ben Davis or the Pendletons and stuff like that. I think that looks, it depends on what you're using it for. If it's a Halloween get up or if it's a family photo, then okay. I mean, it looks okay, but the gang colors and stuff like that, that to me is bad. You know what I mean? Like,
Bong. You're not gonna
you
believe
know,
me, Bong, but that was actually one of my dad's models right there. He's just a old school Mexican guy from Michoacan, and 2 or 3 times offended for having possessions. And he said, "I'd rather have it and be alive," and all this other stuff. And that is a model that's been around a long time. But anyways, yeah, with that, with the clothes, man, It depends. To me, okay, are the parents in a good place or not? Because
Mike Wallace, White Sox.
if they're not in a good place, then the children are not going to end up in a good place. Let's just say that. I was always praying that ninguno de mis hijos that would ever caer something that I did. I was like, Lord, punish me now. Punish
Yeah.
me. And I guess he did because I went to this pinchy place. But but I was like, don't put nothing on the kids. Let me do so. It depends the energy because I don't want to put everything in a hat because you could. That's what it's called. Arbitrary. That's arbitrary. So it's just like low riding too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What are they doing with it? Is it a car? Is it a sport? Is it a social club? Or is it something intended to do evil? Hey, and we're going and we're hunting for ops. That's two
Yeah.
different types of low riding. The ones that are hunting for ops, don't come to the car shows, please, because I go there
Yeah. No,
and
no.
I
I
take my
think
fan. Go hunt for ops somewhere else. It's funny when one of these youngsters told me active the first time I heard that, and I'm like, well, what are you doing out on the streets then? And go
is
ahead, go
that
ahead.
me? Hold on. My camera kind of buffered. No, like I said, as far as the clothes, like I said, bro, I appreciate people that still try to keep the culture alive. You know what I mean? The old school, whether you want to call it lowrider culture or Chicano culture. But as far as the gang shit, like with the hats that got certain meanings and certain directions and colors and shit, and that you can tell when somebody dresses their kids with certain gang mentality type clothing or lifestyle. But as far as old school, like the Dickies or the Cortezes, I like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I like when family members keep their kids looking like something that they can appreciate. You know what I mean? Like a photo or something.
We're living in a time right now where if you like my mom, okay, when she was still alive, she had breast cancer
Okay.
and she survived it. And it's a crazy story. That's a long, crazy story. But what I'm saying is that her surgeon that did the surgery on mom's, he was more sleeved up than me.
Yeah.
That dude was sleeved up like he didn't look like like an NLR or anything like that. But I'm
Yeah.
saying, because he had designs and stuff. Like I said, we're just living in a time where it's
The
true. It goes,
stigma. It's the
well,
stigma.
it goes back to don't read that book by the cover.
Yeah, exactly. The stigma, tattoos and stuff like that.
Exactly, because that might be the smartest cat in the room.
Yeah, exactly. It's true.
And here you are just because he looks a certain way, he's doing something like that, and it's fucked up because we program our minds to do that a lot, reading people and reading this and reading that, and it is what it is. But
Hey
anyways,
Wallace, it's a thin crust for me. Hey Mikey, you got these out there? Look at check these out.
let
I
me
don't know
see
if you
what you
got.
got out
Let
there.
me see. Let me see. Let me see.
Better be pulling out trees. I'm thinking he's gonna pull out trees.
Nah, fuck the weed. I got weed pens for that. I'm talking about Vintners. You got Vintners? Is that a brand out there in California?
No way, they'd have to export out to the West Coast. A
Oh,
lot of
there's
people
some
ain't gonna do that.
Chicago. Look at there's some Chicago shit. Salt and vinegar pork skins, man.
Truck,
Fire, bro.
I know this. That truck drivers make un chingo de feria, bro. They take a load to East Coast and they come back. By the time they come back, they're cashing 10 rack checks.
Yeah.
They're cashing 15 rack checks, 20 rack checks for shout out to Cholo Trucker. Shout out to Cholo Trucker. But
Yeah.
anyways, OG Triple OG says hit the like button. So you're not on the BNL because if you were on the BNL, OG Triple OG would have told us, I think, already. So shout out to you. So you're clear. Wait, that
Shout them
means
out.
you've
Shout
been
them out.
embraced. Welcome to the casa. Welcome to the household. And there's another kite that slides through the door.
Damn.
Members only. Members only. Shout out to Michoacan. He says that's right, man. So my pops is from Cualcoman, and the La Ciudad next to us is Tierra Caliente way. So man, shout out to them. All right, there was a fight that was announced. It was Ngannou versus Fury. One of the few times that now we have cross UFC and boxing. Okay, it's happened, but this one is interesting because now you got Francis Ngannou, who's being trained by Mike Tyson. Now, obviously, the bigger they are, the very muscular they are, it doesn't help you in fighting. It doesn't really help you in fighting for shit. But I think this one is interesting because now you have Iron Mike Tyson, who is in the corner, and I think he's contracted all the way through the whole entire training camp. That one is going to be interesting. I might purchase that one. I don't think there's any, of course, belts on the line or anything like that. This is one of those exhibition kind of fights that's interesting. I can't wait to see that one. You got Iron Mike Tyson in the corner. I think the results are going to be good. What do you think?
Yeah, I believe it. I mean, like I said, for the most part, I've seen what Fury can do. You know what I mean? I don't know about the other gentleman, but I know.
You're
I
not even
know.
into fights, cabrón.
It depends. I mean, like I said, bro, there's so many you can't even keep count of who's fighting. Every week it's a day, it's a the zone fight or UFC fight or you know what I'm saying? So hey, real
That's
quick,
right.
did you hear about that shooting over in Guaranteed Rate where the White Sox play?
Damn.
In the stadium. Two women got shot in the stadium in
No, no.
Chicago.
Something you
Yeah.
told me about.
Yeah. No, I don't know if I
You,
told you.
I thought one of the times that we talked, you told me about
It
a
just happened. It
shooting.
just happened like 3 days ago, maybe 3, 4 days ago. Yes. Matter of fact, on the 25th. So long story short, a lady got grazed by a bullet, and the lady in front of her, the bullet hit her in the shin, right, like on the side of the leg or whatever. So guess what? So you know what's so crazy, right? They were thinking that the bullets were. Oh yeah, you know what? You're right. I did tell you about. Remember, like on New
Yeah,
Year's when people shoot guns into the air and bullets come down and the whole nine. So
yeah,
originally the
yeah.
story was so crazy that they thought like somebody was shooting a couple blocks away and the bullets went up and came down and hit in the area of the state, of the baseball field where these women were sitting. But
So
come to find out, so right now it's a big cover up. So these two ladies are Chicago public school teachers, right? The mayor of Chicago, Brandon Johnson, was a political he was how do you
puppet.
say, he was, yeah, like basically like a political puppet for the Chicago Teachers Union, right? So he has a big play. And pretty much they backed this play and got him elected as mayor of Chicago. Long story short, they're saying that the odds are that one of the ladies snuck a gun into the ball game, right? She was overweight and she was able to sneak in a small gun in the sides of her stomach.
Lonca.
Yes, yes,
In the
yes,
lonjas.
yes. That she snuck a gun in. And what happened was during the game, the gun discharged because she has a graze wound on her side of her stomach. And the lady in front of her got shot in the leg. They found two bullets. One of the bullets was still, when you shoot a gun and a bullet hits a wall or a person, it mangles, right?
Ricochets.
It flattens out, it mushrooms. So one of the bullets, because it didn't have really too far to go, it got stuck in the lady's sweater in front of her. It was pretty much intact. The whole bullet was intact. So right now it's a big scandal because 30 CPS teachers were at a baseball outing when it happened. So they can't find the gun. They don't know where the bullets came from. The lady lawyered up. She's denying bringing in a gun. And yeah, it's just a crazy
Legal
story
case.
right now.
You just reminded me of an episode of Cops.
Uh-huh.
Do you remember? This is an old. You got to be a cop. This is one of my what I used to like to watch when I was a little chavalito. I thought Cops was interesting, right? Just the red and blue lights. I'm a little kid. I'm watching red and blue lights flashing, and it's always someone in a slingshot, right? But anyways,
Yeah.
he's in a parking lot, and the dude's crouching behind a car. Here's the lady, right, that weighs like almost $4, and she's
Yeah.
in a muumuu. You remember
Okay.
this one,
Hey, is that the one with
bro?
the knife?
The big old
Yes. And
knife.
she stabbed herself. She fell.
He did a hardcore running, a
Tackle.
full linebacker tackle, lifted her off her feet. If you could imagine this thing,
I
and she
remember.
landed on the knife
And it
only
punctured and
because
shit.
of her. Yeah, but only because of her weight was she not fatally wounded.
Yeah.
Because if she wouldn't have been almost $4,
Yep.
that thing would have tore right through the organs of a little flaquita or someone thin
Oh
or
yeah, it
anything
would have
like
went through her
that.
back.
So
It would have came out her back. Shit.
a little flaquita, que gacho.
Right through her back.
Man, a little flaquita, que gacho, man. We're not body shaming over here. No, he's body shaming, and this guy right
Hey,
here, he's body shaming.
there
Don't
was
forget to subscribe.
another guy. I think it was in Atlanta, right? Black
Yeah,
gentleman. This is about 10 years ago. He snuck in a Glock into the county jail. And it was in the county jail where he was in Atlanta. Bro, Google it. And he had a gun in there, bro. He was about 500 pounds. He snuck a gun in there, bro. And they didn't find it.
they give these other states way too much. There's just too much leeway. I don't know what's going on. That'll never happen over here. Ever in 1,000 million years. But it's a crazy story. I know what you're talking about. Speaking of
Yeah.
shooting, did you hear about the story about there was someone on the U.S. Coast Guard side that was shooting across the Rio Grande, which is Mexico. When obviously when it crosses the Rio Grande, now you're in Mexican territory.
Uh-huh.
And it was a crazy story because it looked like a little bit of gaslighting. I got to keep it real. It looked like a little bit of gaslighting because it made it seem like they're shooting across the border now. There's Minutemen shooting across or something like that. Some articles were gaslighting, and so there was a bullet that went on from the U.S. to the Mexico side, hit someone on the Mexico side, and I was like, "What the hell?" The article said that the dude was working out
Yeah.
in the bro. He's working out like close to the border.
Well, I don't know. I mean, what
I
would
mean,
happen if they
I
were
don't
shooting at
rule
each
it
other?
out, but do boxers? If there's any boxers that go running out there by the Texas border, does anyone really get close to the border and work out? Because that sounded like I didn't believe that.
I mean,
Or,
I
or what
believe
do
it.
you think?
I
You
mean, it
working out by the
depends,
border?
huh?
Working out literally next to the Rio Grande? Working out? You're busting máquina.
I mean, it depends. I mean, if he has property over there, maybe, who knows?
True, but I'm thinking there's a zone that's cleared out. I mean, you have to
No,
have patrols.
there's a lot of ranchers that literally their fence is on the border of the Rio Grande, and they have to deal with a lot of issues. You know what I mean? Their backyard, you could literally see over the water into Mexico. There's a lot of property that's private land in Texas.
Look at Short that says he remembers that episode of Cop about it was a meat cleaver, and then
He
he just tackled her.
he
Boom, it
speared
went down.
her like fucking
There's
dude
one
from the
man.
WWF.
There's one other episode that had me rolling, and everyone's gonna be like, "Pinchy Mikey and Cops," and yeah, well, fuck, that's what I liked. I think I like watching that, and what else did I like watching?
Hey, you know what's crazy about
Wasn't too
Cops?
many shows I like watching.
I'm gonna give you a fact. Cops never filmed an episode in
Funniest home
Chicago.
videos. There's another one.
You
America's
know
Funniest
that?
Home Videos. Huh?
Cops never filmed an episode in Chicago. Period. Ever.
Ah, stop already.
Never.
It's so dangerous
No,
over
no,
there.
no. No, no. Mayor Daley. No, 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 no.
I'm
I
just
mean,
kidding.
it was dangerous, but the mayor of Chicago didn't want publicity of the murders and the shootings and the drugs in the city. So he forbid the TV show Cops from filming episodes in the city
So where
because
are
he
all the
didn't.
Chicanos where are all the Chicanos at? In Little Village,
Little Village, Pilsen,
Pilsen.
back of the yards.
What does back of the yards mean?
Okay, the Chicago. You ever heard of the Chicago stockyards?
Okay. Oh, so those like neighborhoods. They're like
Yeah, it's a
back of
neighborhood.
the
Yeah,
yard.
yeah. 47th Street. 47th Street. It borders Inglewood. It's where they used to get all the cows. All the cows in Chicago used to get slaughtered over there.
Cultura
And
Cafes in the Casa. Órale, is what is the Tin Man and the Lion and is that what that fucking avatar?
what's that? Who's that?
Man, Cultura Cafe, man. Follow him on IG, cabrones. He got some of the funniest memes. I'm telling you, now Cultura Cafe. I think that's the lion, the witch, and the wardrobe, or the scary lion on the scary lion, right? And that dude is a scary lion, right? He left him hanging at a burger place and ran away. And then in
Yeah.
Vegas, he ran over someone's shoulder and said, "Do you watch YouTube?" And that dude's a fucking mess, man. Shout out to Dreamer on EBK's channel. Hey, Dreamer, I just want to drink a Modelo with him, man. I want to invite him too, maybe on the canal one of these days. We don't got to put videos on. We'll just put audio on, drink one, and talk some shit. Unique, I remember that. That's right. So, hey, let's talk about another. I had mentioned this on the last one, but I didn't really delve into it. I want to get your opinion on this one. There was a dude named That Fool Spike.
Okay.
And this dude, That Fool Spike, came out on the food community. And so there were some videos being made. No Sabo kids, right? No Sabo kids. Okay. Saying no Sabo it's already clowning.
Yeah.
Because that's not even proper Spanish, ¿verdad? Porque what's proper Spanish? Yo no sé.
You know, say, yeah.
Sabo. Yo no. Okay, but anyways, so he was talking about we're on the U.S. side. We don't really have to speak Spanish. And I say this, does this generation that could still make an effort to learn Spanish want to be the generation that loses the language forever? Can they live with themselves and say, you know what, the language is going to get lost. My parents are going to roll in the grave and my grandparents are going to roll in the grave. Do Chicanos have to know Spanish?
You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you, right? So, like I said, when I was a kid, my dad, like I said, my dad was born in Mexico. He was fluent in Spanish and English, right? Same thing with my mother, born in San Antonio, Texas, fluent in Spanish, fluent in English, both, right? When we were kids, one day my mother sent me and my sister to the panaderia. You know what I mean? So we go, we pick up the bolillos and the fucking, the shit that she wanted. The lady at the register, right? She's talking to us in Spanish. I'm like 7. My sister's like a year older, so she's like 8 or 9. She's asking us in Spanish all this stuff, and we tell her we don't speak Spanish, you know? And it's true. I don't speak Spanish fluently. My sister does now because she learned it more over the time with her job. You know what I mean? So, long story short, we're in the panaderia and we're getting the stuff, and the lady told us, "You're Mexican. You should know Spanish." And then my sister was like, "Okay, all right, whatever." We just said, "Okay, whatever." We leave. We go home, right? We give this, we give the stuff to my mother. We tell her what happens. And when I tell you, my mother to this day, she's still alive. My dad passed away. My mother flipped out, bro. My mother's like, "Who the fuck is this bitch? Think she's fucking talking to, right?" She grabs us like in the movies, grabs us. Let's go. We go back. It was around the block, so you literally have to go around the whole block, and we go, and she walks in there and she starts cursing this lady out in Spanish, right? Telling her in Spanish, "Who the fuck are you to tell my kids if they should speak Spanish or English in this country?" She's like, "We're in America. Yes, we're Mexican. My mother's Tejano. You know how that goes, right? You know how Texas
Yeah.
Mexicans are a whole different. My grandfather was Tejano. Anyways, long story short, my mother cursed her out. She told her, "You're not in fucking Mexico. You're in America. You should be learning English. If you expect my kids to learn Spanish, you should be learning English because you're here. You're not in Mexico." I understand what the lady was saying now that I'm an adult, but at the time I didn't understand. And my mother she was offended only because the lady was trying to scold us instead of saying in a way, "Oh, learn, it's good for you. It'll help you later on in life." My dad didn't want us to learn Spanish at that time because he didn't want us to be putting, back in the day, schools were real picky how they would put kids in different parts of schools, right? They'll put you in the slow class or they'll put you in the remedial class because kids don't learn English. You know what I mean? I had a lot
Yeah.
of classmates that they didn't know English. They would put them in the fucking special education classes just because they didn't learn English. And that's fucked up. You know what I mean? So that was the only reason. That was the only reason my mother took offense to that. It was like, "Look, if you're gonna tell my kids that they should learn Spanish to better themselves, then okay. But don't put them down because they don't know Spanish. We didn't teach them Spanish because we wanted to make sure they knew English first." So
You and
that's,
Lion said
you know,
that's right. Yeah. Central County Lion says that the raza always likes to clown. That's true. That's true. I mean, if I had a magic wand, we just boom, we'd all unite and be on one page and all that. But it's true because the raza, we go at each other's throats a lot. A lot. It seems like, I'm gonna keep it real. It could be this, and I'm putting this out there. I'll put this out there, right? In Mexico, that at one point was considered like a third world country. O sea, era pobre. Okay, just a lot of people were migrating, right? And I'm not knocking it, but hear me out. Hear me out. We hardly saw people winning. We were all on the same social economic level. So could it be, since we came up in those very humble environments? I remember my tios wearing huaraches, you know what I mean, with the very light clothes and just dressed just old school, which is very
yeah,
traditional, which I love,
yeah.
which I actually wish I had one of those outfits now, just as part of, put it like in a little place, in an heirloom. Could it be that now when we see people winning, it's in our blood, it's in our DNA, like, fuck that, they got to be on our level, or we don't want to see them winning? And could it be that's why the raza goes at each other more than anything when it comes to hating? I'm not talking about these pendejos on YouTube, some people's favorite YouTubers that are clowns, like Jerry's in the comment section. Man, shout out to Jerry. I'm not talking about
Where's my man Jerry at?
Jerry's in the comment section. I'm not talking about these pendejos like Dubs and the Runner. I'm not talking about those pendejos because those pendejos, you can't move with them anyways. So we're not gonna be able to mobilize them. So they're just like, they're like YouTube lepers on Leper Island, right? But I'm talking about, if I could wave a magic wand, I'd get all the canales together and we do some positive. But at the end of the day, gente, everyone could do what the hell they want with their pinche channel. Your channel doesn't have to be positive. It doesn't have to be whatever people want. I'm only here telling stories how I turned from the calles to a business family man and pushing Chicano Tube's message. And I believe the people appreciate that.
And you know what? Like I said, to go back on that story real quick, right? As far as not learning Spanish as a child, my dad lived in Gilroy as a young teenager. He lived in Gilroy.
I'm talking about, should this generation be okay with just letting it go?
No, I don't think so. I think we should obviously still try to make sure that the language is kept in the family and kept, you know what I'm saying? Like where it's still viable.
Because pretty
But
soon there's not going to be no more abuelitas cooking, no
oh
more
yeah,
wearing,
yeah,
no more wearing manteles, no more
yeah,
long braids. That generation, which is my mom's generation, is
yeah.
slowly passing, which will be totally gone in about 40 years. Totally gone.
Less than that shit. Less than that. Maybe 20. Maybe,
My mom's was born in 39,
Yeah,
from that generation right there. But
yeah,
no Sabo kids, we're not knocking them. Could they make the effort, learn Spanish, and all of a sudden teach you? Yeah, turn on, just watch novelas, cabrón.
yeah,
Watch novelas. Turn on the tele. A huevo, you're gonna learn, and then you'll pass it on to your kids. And you know what? That's just taking pride in cultura, taking
yeah.
pride in being raza. So if anyone has any kind of pride, and if that's you, you don't have to do shit. Don't do shit because Mikey or
Yeah.
DJ Cholo says, but I say make an effort. Don't lose it. What do you say?
No, I agree. I'm actually gonna try to make sure that my kids can pick it up and maybe in school or maybe put them in a class, whatever. But what I was trying to say was, yeah, my dad grew up and lived because we had family, like I said, in Watsonville, Gilroy, uh, and they used to go out and do the picking, right? They used to have those jobs right out there, and he learned that if you knew English, that was a bonus. So he put himself through school. He was a welder, certified welder, 35 years. He made sure that was the priority, school and learning the language and everything else and whatever. So that was the main reason why he didn't want us to learn Spanish first, because for one, he wanted to make sure that we had, at least a chance to where people wouldn't use that against us like they do, especially back then in the 80s and 90s. Now it's not so much, they don't really care. But like you said, as far as the language, I wish I picked it up more, and I wish, that my kids can learn it now. You know what I mean?
Phillips in the casa, good topic. I think some people say I don't speak Spanish to say they're better. Ashamed to be a Chicano, man. Philip is rolling up in a 65. He got roadster. Look like there's roadsters on that 65 right there. So shout out to you. And
Hey, real quick,
yeah.
shout out to Little Mafia No Chapo. They're 69 in the comments. I appreciate them.
So yeah, no, we're not talking about that. Who's better? No, I don't want people to get it twisted and come on Chicano Tube and think I'm pushing some kind of agenda where it's like Chicano
No, of course
supremacy.
not.
Hey, this ain't about Chicano supremacy. This is about identity, which is being fully confident and knowing who you are. And if you're in Japan and say you're Chicano and no one can talk it out of you, it's fine. Trust me, it's
Yeah.
fine. I got no energy to waste on that. So don't get it twisted. All I'm talking about is embrace identity. When that food spike was like, oh, well, yeah, over here in the US, yeah, well, we're in the US, so why do we got to speak Spanish? I was like, well, one day, I don't know if he has kids, but one day his mentality might change and he might, all of a sudden when, I don't know, but I mean, if his parents are Mexican and all that, but imagine the generations are gone. And then all you have is the memories of, like, I have memories of walking down the rancho, a long trail off the highway, whatever it was, to the plaza and this is Guadalajara, where my mom's from. She's from Jalisco, and where the plaza's in the middle and the whole rancheria is just in a circle around there and everyone knows everything. I miss those memories, and as soon as I turned 12 or 13, I didn't even want to go back to Mexico anymore, and I regret that
Yep.
so fucking much.
The
I
last
regret
time,
that.
the last time I was there, I was 5. Me and my sister, we got a picture. Me, my father, my grandmother. I'm on a horse. I'm sitting on a horse. You know what I mean? Like, and yeah, that was a long time ago. That was 1985, bro. So, like I
And what
said, I
the
wish. Go ahead.
no. I was gonna say what they'll never be able to take from you is the memories.
Yeah, I remember, man, them houses in Mexico. Like I said, my grandmother's house, the one that we still have in the family, it had like the old school showers with the shower heads in the wall. It looked kind of like a gym. Like remember like the gym showers where it was blue tile and the outside's pink, the wall, like it's crazy. The houses are like half a block long, bro.
Bro, I just came back from Mexico. I'm telling you, I'm gonna do what Carlito tried to do, but I'm not gonna try to do it. I'm going to do it. And you know what it went Carlito's way, right?
Yeah.
Sail off into the sunset, man.
Sunset,
Grab
yep.
some tickets, get on a boat, and disappear. I'm gonna take the YouTube Familia with me as long as there's an
Yeah.
internet connection somewhere, and then that'll be just the retirement days. Still, I don't know. We'll see where the channel
I'm
goes in that
thinking
direction
about it.
at
We're
that time.
thinking about it right now. Probably maybe like in 2 years, I want to get my sister, her kids, all my kids, and go down to, like I said, Monterrey and go to the town and go visit my grandma's house.
I became shout out to EBK. EBK's in the casa. If you haven't already subscribed
EBK,
over to
what up,
EBK,
bro?
EBK family's in the casa. He just had Dreamer over there, a real one. I want to crack a modelo with Dreamer. I want to do a live with Dreamer, but just audio avatars cracking a modelo. He's that cool, and he's a real one because Dreamer moves in silence and only came back on the only came out of being in the cuts to clarify the Pinchy record, right? Against that pendejo right there.
Hey,
Denise Castillo.
shout out to Denise Castillo.
That's right.
She's
Denise
a big
Castillo's in
time
the
Trump
casa.
supporter. I support
All
Trump
you
because
want
he
to talk?
supports Joe
You want to
Biden.
talk politics now? Okay, let's talk politics. Let's talk politics real quick. Not a lot. Not a lot. Mitch McConnell froze again.
Yeah. I saw that.
Mitch
He gotta go.
McConnell
He gotta go.
pushing
Hey, all of them. Biden too. Biden's an old
100
fuck. He
years
gotta go too,
old.
bro.
Barbara Boxer. I can name all of these Feinstein, all of these just
94
dinosaur
years old. Yep.
politicians
Feinstein's like 94 years old.
that there was never supposed to be extensions of office. As soon as they got in there, they were only supposed to be rotating 2 to 4 years because it was never a career. It was the people voting for someone. But all of a sudden, because they got hip to it, they decided to extend these things. Hey, let's make it 10-year, 4-year offices, 8-year office. They're just running. There's no term limits now.
And they make most of their money from fucking not from being in Congress, but from lobbyists and shit like that,
The shit that boils my bubble, this is something personal again, because with me it's not red or blue. To me, it's the pinche Chicano party, right? Or I'm for just getting all the raza together, right? And that's what I'm about. But so it's what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. That's how I believe. But when they start messing with my kids, then I take it personal. When they start, because you know what they want to do in California, and here you go, you're probably gonna here comes fucking DJ Cholo objecting with me, maybe, because now we're talking politics. He just wanted to wait to talk about politics. That way he can throw chingazos at me.
Let's do it.
When they're talking about taking, and they're saying, here's the argument. They're saying, oh, if you disclose to the parent that your child is transgender or identifying as this or that, it could put them in a dangerous situation with the parent, and that's taking away from children's rights. That's what they're saying. And so American Cholo had a great retort to that. And he said, wait a second, you can't just spin things to make it fit the narrative that you want. Because if you're saying that, then you might as well say, well, how about report cards then? Then don't give any kids any kind of report cards anymore, because they could be in the same situation dealing with pendejo parents that don't know how to raise their children, but only are focusing on breaking their children and breaking their children's spirits. That's what I disagree with. I'm always going to plant my flag for the children, period. What do you think about the movie Sound of Freedom?
I never seen it, bro. I mean, I get it. I mean, the stories, it's
something
there.
He won't watch something educational.
I watch enough educational shit every day. I mean, like I said, for the most part.
But if it was a gangbanging movie selling dope, he'd watch
it. Movies are subject to interpretation, right? Documentaries that tell the truth, the whole truth, and show you the facts and can, override the bullshit.
Speaking of talking about show you the facts, there's Nino America telling you the facts right there. Sauce. Anyways, them on a full push. Okay, we got a good one. Here we go. EBK picked up on the convo. I feel like if you are going to be in a full Chicano push, you should at least be able to speak Spanish. At least that's just my opinion. But don't get me wrong, they can still rock with us, but not to have them on a full push. Okay. I know exactly what you're talking about, carnalito. I know
You
exactly.
see, and that's
Did I ever
and
tell
that's
you? Did I ever tell you? Because I know from Clifford. Did I ever tell you who's the one that did half of my ink? It was, and I didn't put no name out there or anything like that. Gilbert. I was thinking maybe I didn't tell Conejo that one, but it was Gilbert. He was from Clifford. He moved over to the north side for a couple years in Salinas and was just blasting everyone. We'd go over there. But what do you think, Chicago?
that was kind of my point as far as like the definition, right? I would definitely say, yeah, if I spoke Spanish and was more in tune with the culture and more with the background, and I can tell you the ideology of what a Chicano is, then okay, I can help push it. But I can't because I don't. So I consider myself Mexican, American. I'll add that later, but I rep
Stop
Mexico.
already. Stop
Come
already.
on.
Yo digo esto just because, and again, hey, that's you. That's you. I'm not going to talk you out of who you are, cabron. You are who you are. And hey, thank God that we have some kind of identity. Have you ever heard of stories of people in the world born in orphanages, born into foster homes that have absolutely zero identity and were never told who their parents were? Way
Mm-hmm.
I've heard of stories of people like this wandering down the streets, like in cities like yours, Chicago or New York, just looking at faces, hoping they might see someone that looks like them. That's real shit. So that me and you at least have an idea or know of where we came from. That's great. Anyone that wants to identify as a unicorn, that's more power to you. Fly, unicorn, fly. Do what you do. That's fine. Now, one thing no one's going to talk me out of is exactly what I know. So the traditional sense of being a Chicano, it's already written, but of course there's no superiority. No, there's not. And OG Triple OG was in the comment section earlier, and he was talking about the people that dress their kids like in Charlie Browns and hairnets and put spray. What is it called? Hairspray and all that other stuff. Okay, I get it. Part of the Chicano culture, but not all the Chicano culture. Because I actually would prefer that they would identify it more with Pachuco, which actually is, I believe this is, I'm not exactly certain, but I believe the Pachuco movement came from Texas. So with the Pachuco movement, they were
Yeah,
all
from
about,
El Paso.
I'm not sure. This is
Yeah,
only
El
what I've
Paso.
heard.
It's El Paso, yeah.
I can't claim the No Tejano history, but if you want to identify with something, let's identify with something that has class. Let's identify with something that has respect, class. That's something that it's a
Hey,
Chicano
real
two
quick,
pillar.
hey, Mikey, do me a favor. Shout out to my boy Jerry Fuentes. He's saving himself for marriage. Hopefully, he finds the right one, so he can,
I'm out. I don't even. I've seen that
Jerry,
way over
he's
my. That went
saving
over my
himself.
head right there. That went
He
way over
said
my head.
he's saving himself for marriage, bro. He don't touch the ladies, so he gets
Most of the
married,
ones that
bro.
push. Most of the ones that push that don't speak that either. I know, and I know EBK knows. So again, when I was talking about that fool Spike, and he was talking about why speak Spanish, we're in the United States, okay, but that cabron LA icon had him speak Spanish. I think it was the Hater World, man. Shout out to the Hater World. He's another Chicano. Shout out to the Hater World. He's doing bigthings.com over there as well. He got a badass setup too. See, that's the difference between a YouTuber and a podcast, right? The podcast is like the fucking next level, boom. And then also, I think they said you bring guests on there, the definition of it. But shout out to the Hater World. He's doing his thing. I think he's the one that was reacting to that clip. But he was like, oh, yeah, LA Icon, have him say something in Spanish. He was like, come on, get to it. Come on, cabron, we want to get to it. And he had him say something. The dude's Spanish was rolling off his tongue. So he can call himself a no sabo kid. And I actually think he's a tattoo artist. I think he's a tattoo artist. But
Hey,
he
he
knows
disappeared, bro.
Spanish. Huh?
Spike disappeared, bro. I ain't seen that fool on there in a while.
I think he was just on the food. He did an interview on the food community, and he was getting blasted, inked on.
Wait, you know what? I'm thinking about somebody else, bro. I think I'm thinking about that food Cholo Juan or some shit. I don't fucking know.
No. This is another, and this is a youngster. That food Spike. So, but anyways, Mike's World's in the casa. See, Mike's World was. We're talking about the pendejo dubs at the beginning of the channel, right? Mike's World was another one. He jumped on that channel. Remember that live that he did when Mike's World jumped on there? and good old Bud Light Dubs with 6 beers in starts going off. And because it came up, and the reason I say that, Mike's World, is because it came
Shout
up
out
on
to
my
Timo
feed this
DeVille,
morning.
Timo, what's up, my boy?
It came up on my feed this morning, that one where Dubs was drunk as hell, yelling at the camera about AC, that he wasn't Chicano, and that don't subscribe to my channel if you're subscribed to him. He just went on a good one. And
Hey, you know
that,
what's crazy? He apologized to AC, right? But then he went around
there
and
was
did the
another
same
video, huh?
shit. He went around and fucked up and did the same shit to Jerry, bro. He was, he was on there crying and shit.
Yeah,
All bogus.
I'm just surprised there hasn't been any videos made, like the rise and fall. Like, here's this Vato that was straight up on Front Street. I mean, anyone from that generation, and supposedly had the clecha he had. I think I've heard other people say that. Why the fuck would you even parole to the state? I understand putting your face out there for a bag. That I get. But the way he was acting, todo pedo, todo pendejo, saying where he was living, joined to the hip of another pendejo, which, let me ask you this. What did you think when the other pendejo read AC's paperwork?
He's an idiot, bro. That guy, like I said, I don't fuck with American Cholo either, bro. That motherfucker.
All of a sudden now.
I think him and Gunner, they
Now
stare in
he's
the
getting
mirror.
shit off his chest.
I think AC and Gunner, they both look in the mirror for like about an hour in the morning every day. That's how they start their day.
Look. With AC, I've had my differences with AC. Really, the main thing was, it was when back then when everyone's locking horns over the word Chicano. Another thing was the YA mentality. Another thing, because I remember being 18, 19, going to the county over here, and the YA youngsters, I remember they would slap people that sat at the wrong bench, and all of a sudden, when we find out, well, what's the little homie, what's he tripping on? Oh, all he knows is YA. He's a YA baby. That was the term right there. So he kind of gets off and runs off. Did you see the reaction that I did to the video with what he posted on IG, AC, and what Tony A?
I think so. But yesterday I saw Denise was talking about she beat up some lady in the alley or something on Jen Magana's channel. But my bad.
I don't know. You're having these side shit. It's going over my head. I don't know. DJ Cholo's having side conversations in the comments. I have absolutely nothing to do with, or I know nothing about. But anyways.
Hey, they like the attention. I'm going to give it to them.
Nino America says AC is a Trump hater. I don't know if he's again. It's politics, right? What you got to do is vote for someone that's fucking for the people, man. Let's use our common sense instead of like what Karina Powers, the chairwoman for the RNHA, what she said is most Chicanos tend to vote with the last name. So if we see a Mexicano last name, even though they got fucked up policies, they could be the ones voting to take rights away from parents and give them to someone else, or give them to the government. And we don't even know it because the last name is Lopez. And we're voting for a Lopez, and we're voting for a Tinajero or Sanchez.
Hey, real quick, Mikey. So real quick, if Trump doesn't get the nomination, who is your second choice?
But I want to finish my thought. Hold on, I'm going to forget. But AC lately, Nino America, he's been going to those rallies. And if you look at a lot of those rallies, a lot of those are red rallies. Let's just keep it real, even though I know he's not pushing that line. I don't know if he's doing what he does, which I hope he is doing what he does, or has to stay some kind of neutral, or he's watching what he says here. I say fuck all that. I say the people like authenticity, and for you to keep it real and keep it 1,000. So he's been going to red rallies, if you didn't know, Nino America. But anyways, say it again, Cholo.
I said, if Trump doesn't get the nomination, who is your second choice?
Man, my second choice is take my family to Mexico, buy a house in San Miguel de Allende, and then you'll see those reels that I posted this weekend every day. Wait, I'm just kidding. I don't know, but Mitch McConnell freezing up, 100 years old, Biden freezing up, Barbara Boxer, Dianne Feinstein. We can name 98-year-old politicians all day long. I just hate that a lot of these people can't identify with growing up in the barrio. That's who I want to vote for. I want to know someone that's been in the ghetto, someone that grew up like I did with roaches. I grew up with roaches. Talk to me when you know about sleeping and feeling roaches crawling on you. Talk to me when all of a sudden every night you see red and blue lights.
And you're talking about Michelle Obama. She grew up in the O Block.
Oh, did
She's gonna grow. Hey, she grew up.
Michelle or Michael Obama?
Michael Obama, aka Michelle, grew up in O'Block, Parkway Gardens.
That's right. Mondo Castillo's in the casa with the brocha.
Maybe she'll run.
That's the 80X brocha right there. He said, I heard Big Mike was running, man. Shout out to Big Mike. Is that Big Mike? Big Mike House of Laughter? Yeah, he's cool. Remember on Dankin and Drinking, and they should have did a highlight clip. They should, at the end of the year, we should do like the best of the year. When Big Mike House of Laughter, remember when he was running in the warehouse? Bro, Big Mike has wheels. I know a lot of gente that may be stockier, top stocky, and they got wheels, and I mean wheels. Big Mike has wheels. You know, America says if Trump doesn't get there, I ain't voting for anyone else. My wife just said the same. Well,
Yeah,
you know, it's like it's fucked up. The economy the way it is. So I'm in the real estate right now, right? So right now it's a very hot seller's market. So most of the clients right now are getting rid of their rentals. Most landlords are cashing out because they're getting tired of living out of state and selling certain properties. And people ask me, is it a time to buy or sell? Or, I mean, if they reelect and this guy goes in there or Harris goes in there or some. Basically, this is what I think is happening, Wade.
What about AOC? AOC should run.
Bro, they're running the plays already for a lockdown. They're running the plays. I'm going to say that again, for another lockdown, gente.
For what reason?
For what reason? For the election. For the election. Let's just vote by mail again. You know what I mean? Board up all the election halls. Find fucking trucks of United States Post Office trucks on the sides of the road. Don't say shit. And here comes the election again. So you really got to have that me, my, for, no more, unless you're inactive. Unless you're an activist. You know, then you got to be fighting for the people and pushing. The only reason I don't do what AC is doing is running for council, is running for this. Because here in Salinas, the city government, it's structured a little bit different, but city governments almost always are. Here they have commissions and boards. So here, if you wanted to do something about crime, you get on the police advisory board. Here, if you wanted to work with the youngsters in the city, like my sister,
hey Jerry,
get the fuck out of here before making my bitch. Then you'd have to do like what Carol Cervantes does, is work with at-risk youth at gang prevention that gets proceeds from the city. The only reason I don't do that is because I don't got the time. What I do got the time is I probably am going to set up a nonprofit. I'm probably going to do that. That way I can go ahead and link up, with government funding to be able to distribute food, turkeys, clothing, blankets. I am going to do a nonprofit. That I do have the time, but I don't have the time to be going to 2 meetings a week, taking notes. I don't have that time. I'd rather be on YouTube right here, glitching up the people.
I agree.
Fucking eating over there eating tacos de pastor. I agree.
The pork skins are fire.
He's getting into sidebar fights in the comments.
I agree.
It took him half an hour to say he was Chicano. He was fighting me. I had to ask him where the parents were born.
You know what? I don't want to
where were you born? And then we got the answer.
Look, I don't want to mislabel myself as Chicano, like how Jerry and Fume, they mislabel themselves as transgender Mexicans. So I don't want to go off that rail, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna let the people decide. If I'm Chicano, I'm Chicano. If I'm not, at least I'm Mexican. So that's all I can say.
The married man, just that Mikey, you seen Box interview? Yeah, I did. Wait, I actually heard, shout out to Box. I actually heard, I started at number 1, Inner Demons on my way down south. I did a hit and run down south, right? Rosarito. And then I heard that one just recently. And when I wanted to hear more, it cut off. So I'm wondering if there's a part 2, because what I thought, it sounded like it was leading up to more content. It cut off, and I was like, okay, there's probably a part 2, but that was fire. And what I did say was this. Where I was most of the 90s, headquarters, home base, that photo that I showed you, Chicago. Remember that photo that I showed you?
Yeah, no, I remember.
Yeah, those photos are only in the members only way, right? They're only in the members only. Yeah, those photos right there, members only. Box was right there at headquarters way. He was right there at headquarters between Sanborn and Eucalyptus. So he was really right there. So that's how I know. Especially a couple of names that he mentioned, I know were there too.
I remember those names. I remember those names came up before.
Nino America says, I'm American. Simple.
I'm
Tell it
not.
like it is, way. And other people argue that, pero mira, el nopal en la frente del güey. Y se
Yup. No
crea algo.
pales.
But again, it's our own gente. It's Mexica. Okay, what are they doing to the girl Yaritza?
Who's that?
The Yaritza, the little 16-year-old girl that dresses like a tomboy, that did a banger song with Grupo Firme, that started traveling, that had absolutely no managers. She went to Mexico and was making faces at the food, saying the cars early in the morning bothered the shit out of her. There was too much noise. Bro, if she would have had a PR person, they would have told her, you're getting recorded. Everything you're doing right now is getting recorded.
Hey,
You
Fume.
better. You know what? It's not going through. It's actually on the mic. It picked up on the mic. I don't think it's going through the feed.
Oh, it is. They hear it.
He said, "Oh yeah, okay, level's going up. My bad. I'm king, no pal, no shame." That's what he said. That's right, Nino America. So again, I think they're coming up on the lockdowns. I think there's hundreds of stores closing down on the hush in California. I think they're gonna invest in Uber. I think the investments are gonna go into Zoom again. I think they're already got. I think they planned this shit day one after Biden stepped in office. To keep it real, I think this is how far advanced this shit happens. I know it sounds crazy. Huh? I know a Cholo right here is gonna say conspiracy theorists, and like some people say the NFL is scripted.
Hey, did you see the blue houses that didn't burn in Hawaii, and the blue T-shirts and the blue umbrellas and the blue chonies? Somebody left blue chonies on the highway and they didn't burn, bro.
What I do know is
it was crazy.
There was a store, BJ Penn. Shout out to BJ Penn. He had some dude that said he swam 13 miles. He swam 13 miles. He said, how, and I'm going to read the comment right now, Diablo. Give me a second, Diablo. He swam 13 miles to go to save his grandmother. Fucking crazy. Hawaii. The grandmother lived in Lahaina. And again, that's the name of the city. It's not a Chicano word of the day. Some people.
Well, it's like a neighborhood, right?
Lahaina. It's, okay? It's not a Chicano word, Haina. It's Lahaina. Yeah. So he swam like 13 miles to rescue his grandma. And when he got there, he saved his fucking grandma. Hero status. Gente like that should receive a check. If it was my government, heroes like that get compensation the rest of their lives. Trust me, I know how to manage money. I ain't going to be sending 300 billion to Ukraine.
Yeah, socialism.
I know you're going to get mad. I know you're going to get mad.
I like it. Socialism. Give us a check.
No, what Cholo likes is hundreds of billions going to Ukraine. And really the money's going to their pockets.
No, stop.
This is just the way to line their pockets up. But Cholo says, keep sending. He told me on the last live, keep sending money. Let me ask you,
how much? All right, look at Mikey. How much money can you possibly spend? How much money can Biden and the Biden crime families possibly spend on prostitutes and crack? Come on, millions of dollars.
Hunter 8-ball Biden.
Hey.
When the video camera was up on the balcony,
that's gangster, bro.
He's a gangster.
I'm gonna tell you right there, Hunter's bro. He's smoking broken windows, meth, fucking crank, crack, prostitutes.
Potenum,
all of it,
Granca, the rose, the gray shit, the speckled pink with the red flakes. He's putting all that up to 90. Okay, so when, and that's 90s. All the people in the comment section are talking about what I just said right now was in the 90s. Ugh, gee, that made me clear it real quick. So up in the balcony, they had the camera zoomed in. Here comes Hunter 8-ball Biden out, just hit a rail.
Fat line.
He just did a gag, came out, and the mom, or is it the stepmom, right? Because he's from another relationship, right?
Yeah. His mom died.
The stepmom, Jill, saw him, turned. Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, the Biden's wife died in a car accident with the daughter.
Oh, shit. Man, I didn't even know that. But anyways, he's railed up, and everyone can see it. That went viral. But again, it's out in public. So now the presidential office is seen any old kind of way. I mean, I'm not saying it's always been astounding and no corrupt person has ever. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's like they can't even. This president doesn't even do interviews.
No, but you know what?
He never does The first president in how many decades or presidencies that doesn't hit the fucking garden, the rose garden for our questions. Why is that?
Mikey, no. You know what? I believe it though. Hunter Biden be doing fucking coke and all that shit in the White House. But you know where they said he does it? On that black casting couch that Trump was hitting the porn stars on. The what's her name?
Miss Chicano
What's her
too.
name?
I gotta
Stormy
ask one.
Daniels. Trump hit Stormy Daniels on that casting couch, the black leather couch, bro. And they
So-
said that's where Hunter does his lines on that fucking couch right there, bro.
What do you guys think about Biden pushing the locks down and mass mandates again? Will you comply? Miss Chicano 2 wants to know, will you comply? I know it's election year is coming up, nothing to see here. Will you comply? Okay, so Cholo. So they want another 6 shots.
Yeah.
They want 3 picos and then 3 after boosters. And then you gotta wear mask, the shield, the gloves.
Hey, they're giving out
Are you down for that? Is DJ Cholo doing that?
All of it, and the fucking the ivermectin for the fucking horse, for the horse worms, all of that. Give me all that shit. All of it. I'm gonna break those ivermectin pills into lines, bro.
Trump has been the best in a long time. That's Cultura Cafe. A lot of people that look at numbers only, right? Because there was 2 years that I own some properties, right? So they're apartment complexes, right? There was only 2 years, okay, since 2010, when I've had them. There's only been 2 years that I ever saw I gave all of my renters a fucking rental decrease. There was only 2 years, and it was when Trump was in office. I'm just saying. If anyone wanted to ask me the numbers,
they were poor or what?
They were giving out bonuses. A lot of employers, stock markets were breaking records. And I know every single day, I don't know shit about Trump. All I know is that he was the fucking hotel billionaire that hosted all of the Mike Tyson mega fights in the 1980s. And then he became a politician. That's all I know. So I see it from that point of view.
When your renters were doing really good with the economy, their jobs gave them raises, you lowered their rents? That's crazy.
So again, there's always ROI. I'm always going to be in the black. I'm never going to be in the red, right? So I'm always going to be making a profit, but I didn't have to because of course they don't know the numbers, but I fucking go to sleep at night with a clear conscience. I fly straight now. I speak from the heart. No hay chuecuras anymore, right? So when the decrease came down and my profit went up, I decided to give the decrease to the people. And when I gave the decrease to the people, they asked me why. And I said, one answer only, the economy. Don't get mad, cabron. Don't get mad.
Hey, I agree, bro. You know what? That's good that you looked out for them.
Yeah, the numbers. I'm talking about the numbers were solid. Now the numbers are fucked up.
As far as like COVID and the resurgence and pills.
Are you going to comply?
No, but I heard Fume wears a condom just in case he catches a STD when he goes to sleep. He never takes it off. It stays on 24/7.
Are you going to comply with the mandates? Are you going to get 6 piquetes and wear 5 masks alone in your car with no one around you, trembling and shaking because the TV is showing the TV showing a shot of a truck, and they're throwing bags in a truck, meat bags.
Bags with bodies
and the TV is telling you they're dropping on every corner again. Don't go out. It's the Black Plague, the 10 plagues of Egypt. Is Cholo complying?
No.
Or is Cholo saying fuck that?
Nah, I'm gonna be cool. I'm gonna be in the crib. Collecting my socialism check. Fucking all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like just
Yvette Delgadillo, another Chicano Tube lady. I appreciate you. See here, amiga, we don't go red, we don't go blue. We just talk nothing but facts, man. I was able to give renters 2 years in a row only under the Trump administration because the rents get down, and I didn't have to. I could have had ROI over like 30%, which would have been the first time in like fucking 10 years. But instead, I said, wait a second, this goes toward the people. Plus, I'm not going to take all the credit.
Mike,
I spoke with another friend, and he was doing the same thing. So another friend gave me the idea. Go ahead.
Mike, you gotta let Fume 209 know ROI means return on investment. He doesn't know that, bro.
Okay, you better stop knocking my members. Last warning. He's knocking one of my members.
They could jump on the live and talk
let me know. Let me know.
Shit.
Off with his head. We'll do this shit like Alice in Wonderland.
ROI. You don't know what
that
means.
Head right here. It took it. He was in denial that he was a Chicano for 45 minutes. For some reason, he wanted to argue with me. I don't know.
Fume said I'm not a Chicano, so I'll keep it like that.
Well, there's the baddest Chicano in the barrio. He just stepped in the building.
El
El
Gallo
Gallo
Negro,
Negro.
Vato Loco. Yup. Hell yeah.
But that's not him in the avatar.
No, I know.
That's like Eddie Munster or my bad. I don't know.
It looks like fucking Eddie Munster. Yep. Or La Bamba. I don't know. One of the two.
Okay. But anyways, we're talking a little bit about that. But anyways, let's move on from politics, man. Mike's World's in the casa. He's just cracking up. Yeah, man. We're over here, man. Shout out to Mike's World. He's doing his thing.
Hey, shout out to Mike's World. He's funny as hell. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Mike's World, I think he's born in Salas. I think born in Salas. You know where I was born? I was born on Meyer Court Way. So right on East Market in Hebron, there's a liquor store still there to this day. Headquarter liquor store, East Market. It's called the East Market Liquor Store. Farmero was in the comment section. He knows. And then there's a little alley. Yeah, heading down to Fremont, there's a little alley right there. And that's where I was born. It was kind of like a horseshoe. They rode big wheels and all that, but you got your ass in the house at night because, you just had to go.
Hey, Jerry. Hey, speaking of curfews, Jerry's curfew is 9 o'clock. You know that?
Miss Chicano says, do not comply.
Every night, or he gets grounded. He can't be on lives after 9 p.m. on a Friday.
Okay, Tintan. That was
Jerry
the baddest
Fuentes.
Chicano. Okay, Tintan.
Curfew,
So
bro.
I bought my mom's before she passed away some DVDs. I got her Capulina, Cantinflas, Tintan. Back then, when there was in the early 2010s or something like that, they were selling DVDs. You know, at the restaurants, the Mexican restaurants, they would go in there selling DVDs. Man, I came up from my mom a lot of time.
Oh shit! Jerry's mom's in the curve. Look at the comments. What do you say?
Well, we got someone in the comment section say their name is Thunder Cakes. Thunder Cakes is in the comment section. Keep it respectful, you guys. I mean, some of them YouTube names are off the.
Hey, Mikey, do me a favor. Put out my cash app.
Runner owes 20,000 in child support. You know why I'm not going to get my judgment, and then the lawyer knows this because that pussy runner is he's living under someone else's name, and he's just running from responsibility. So we're gonna get a judgment against him. But I like that one YouTube handle. Runner owes a 20,000 in child support. I unblocked it.
For real?
I unblocked it.
That's crazy.
Bigfoot for real says.
Hey, do me a favor. Shout out my cash apps. I get a wheelchair. I need a new wheelchair.
Okay, Cholo needs $21 for a
hey, I'm not OG. What OG Bam? Fuck out of here, bro.
He needs $21.
I need $200. I need $200 for the wheelchair.
Bigfoot for real. Let's talk about some real shit. Let's talk about San Francisco.
$200 for another computer setup. Come on, guys.
A lot of people don't know that the San Francisco, one of the prestigious, it used to be one of the most prestigious cities, right? We're going to San Francisco. All of a sudden now they're taking shits on the sidewalk over there.
Damn, big old masas, huh?
They're taking masas on there's fucking methadone tents, and they're getting their fixes. So if they don't have the money to score it on the street, they just go and get it free from the government, which they're giving jeringas, needles, and these homeless commissions. These directors and cabinets are getting hundreds of thousands of dollars in salaries and are not going to fix the problem on purpose. They rather keep the people addicted.
Hey, shout out to Jerry's sister, Vanessa, in the comments, bro.
They rather keep the Wi-Fi addicted, just like the pharmaceutical industry. I believe they rather keep them sick.
I agree. I actually agree with you. I do. I believe that 100%. They feed them needles, tents, all that shit. Keep them high all day. I believe it.
I believe they want the people through the television. The television is a lot of it is propaganda. So a lot of it is entertainment, but a lot of it is propaganda. They want us. Why do you think the only commercials they put on TV is the processed food, the crap, the shit, the artificial food? Artificial food, and if you didn't know what artificial means, that's made in a fucking lab.
Yep.
Artificial meat. What kind of nutrients do you think having artificial? But they're trying to make it sound like it's some new shit. Like, they'll bring it to your door and you just have to think about it. And they're making AIs trying to make your life so much easier when they're really just shitting on us. That's all they're doing by feeding us all the artificial food and crap. No wonder When you eat a lot of sugar and junk and cholesterol, se inflama el pinche cuerpo. It's inflammation. You know how serious that is?
Look at my face, bro.
I'm talking about, okay, think about it like this. Have you ever seen this happened to my mom too as well? She got swollen ankles and she started to get blood clots. And I researched that inflammation doesn't just come from, cholesterol or one thing. It comes from several things. So when you're not eating healthy shit, se inflama el pinche cuerpo. And that's all the crap that they're trying to sell to us every single day. I think we're shortening our fucking lives like 20 years.
You know what's good for inflammation? Pineapple juice,
Are you
pineapple
gonna say
fruit.
Bengay?
Nah, Jerry's Bengay, but I'm talking about pineapple
Bengay.
juice.
So these are the side conversations that he's having in the comment section. I don't know what he's
love
talking
it.
about.
Hey, I live in the comments, bro.
Optimo says, pretty soon we're gonna have a bioengineered vato coming real soon. So a Gallo Negro clone. Is that what's happening? I don't know if that's gonna happen, but they're looking weird. They're looking like Lord of the Rings kind of little fucking grasshopper things. And I don't know. People are really looking forward to the future. Some of that shit worries me a little bit. People are trying to speed shit up. When I was a youngster, I wanted to be a grown-up. You know what I mean? And this generation I think this generation more than ever is so quick to fucking want to grow up. They want to grow. This generation wants to grow up. But the bad thing about this generation that we didn't do is that this generation wants to grow up quick, but it doesn't want to listen.
Hey, Mikey,
so this generation's gonna, if they fuck up and they want to grow up quick and they don't listen, and all of a sudden, if we become their friends and not their parents, and we don't whoop that ass, teach them Dios, familia, y cultura principles, we're gonna get a lip talking back generation of a bunch of softies that think they're entitled. Go ahead.
I think you're right. This generation needs to grow up. Jerry needs to grow up and get his own apartment and move out and quit his job at Chipotle. It's time to be a man and get it together, Jerry.
Now let's keep it real. Okay, now I just got to keep it real. Chipotle. Okay, they have to put a shitload of pico de gallo and crema on the
black
food,
beans,
or else what is it gonna taste like?
Those black beans are horrible, bro.
Chipotle doesn't taste. Is it just me, or Chipotle tastes like water?
I've ate that one time.
That could just be me because I'm used to street tacos. Now, I know Chipotle is not street tacos. So there's restaurant. We compare restaurant to restaurant. We compare street tacos to street tacos. Shout out OG Triple OG. He posted a photo on IG of La Cienega in West LA. Best tacos I ever ate in LA were on Soto Street. Matter of fact, it was North Soto on the 700 block. I remember because I took a picture of the pinchy street corner. And I said, I don't want to forget these pinchy tacos when I come back to LA. Maybe the gente from Los in the comment section. Where was I at? Was I in East Los? Or was I in West LA? Or was I in North? I don't even know if there's a North.
Hey,
is there a North?
All I know is when you go to East Los, you got to check in with Jerry, bro. He's waiting out there, handing out pamphlets.
Bong says, who eats Chipotle? So it's commercialized way. A lot of people.
A lot of people. That was good. Los Cinco Puntos, that was good. The one
there's a bowl. Is that a bowl?
Nah, that's the from fucking Blood and Blood Out, bro. Fire. El Pino. It's fire, bro. I went there. Fat ass tacos.
Hold on a second.
The tortillas in the back, right there. You can see them.
Hold on a second. A thought crossed my mind. I mean, I'm sorry, a memory crossed my mind. I think Cultura Cafe. Did someone post something that Sundown passed away?
Yeah, he passed away like 3 days ago.
What?
Yeah, bro, 3 days ago.
Did you see who someone posted on? But one thing is saying it, and another thing is if it's confirmed.
No, it's confirmed. It's confirmed. I'm gonna say
Sundown passed away.
Yeah. Oh boy, Flaco from Convict's Perspective. He posted it, and yeah, it's confirmed.
Shit, man. I kid you not. Me and Sundown. Well, rest in peace. First off, man. Sundown, he made a splash, man. When he came on the scene, he made a splash. He had some story. He had some history on him that I'm glad at least he told what he told, which is his story. Basically, he told his story, right? I was just DMing him 2 weeks ago. He was I'll show you the DMs. I'll screenshot and put in the community section. He appreciated the message, the chicanismo, the direction of the channel, and I said, let's do something, but I was thinking of doing something for the members only. I was debating whether to put it on or the members only, because we're going to talk about the mob and all this other stuff. Well, than probably the members only. But man, rest in peace then to Sundown. That's what I want to say.
Yeah. No, that was. I heard about
Bigfoot
that.
for real. Sundown, Rick Riley.
And
Damn.
Smitty too. Remember Smitty? He passed away
I heard
too.
of that one. I heard of
Yeah.
that one. That was good that someone posted there was a live, right? There was a live. Someone posted it was like an hour-long live of Smitty, man. That was crazy. He came out with a purple robe. There were some
Yeah.
characters that came out on YouTube. Again, I was just so damn busy, right? With the family, or not busy, but obviously just grateful being with the family and working that I'm not able to come home and just jump on every live. Not yet, but I'm working on a plan that's gonna give me more time for YouTube. It's a coming. It's a coming.
Hey, Vanessa Fuentes. Yep, I agree. And your brother should be paying rent. He should not be living there
Remember
not
how
paying
he
rent.
got his name? I don't, Mike's World. That's a good one. Get at me on IG. Are you on IG, Mike's World? Get at me on IG. Get at me, my boy. Cultura Cafe, real quick, because it was past the 8 o'clock hour away. We went over. We got 64 people in the casa. Please hit that like button. Please subscribe over to Chicago Dumb as well, who denied for 45 minutes he was Chicano. May
Everybody
Rick
except
Riley.
Fume
May
209. Don't subscribe to my channel.
Shit, that's one of my members right there.
Please don't. You
May
or
Rick
Jerry.
Riley. May Rick Riley rest in peace. Yes. If anyone can send me a link on IG to any of his interviews, they were great. He actually Sundown came out with the Trump shirt. Remember that? Remember Sundown came out with the Trump. He had a Trump.
He got mad, bro. I was trolling him on the lives. Yeah,
I'll tell you why. I tell you why, because he doesn't give a shit.
Oh, I know.
He doesn't give everything that he's been through.
Yeah.
Oh man, he's been through civil guerras and the beginnings and the middles and I think he retired like around the time that it was like the 1980s, which is a time that I was riding big wheels and watching we're talking about the
cats and
the
G.I.
with
Joe
the sword and
Voltron.
Yeah. I posted one of my IG stories the other day. It was Evil Knievel. He was jumping a table of all those pinchy characters. And one of my boys, shout out to Andy Boy. I saw him at the Super Show over here. He said, "Damn, that's old school." I'm like, "That's what we did, carnal. That's what we did." Bigfoot for real. He reminded me of a Theo. We're gonna wrap it up right now, cabron. Let's read the last comments and then let's wrap it up. Silky Johnson came in smooth with velvet on. Dunum, dunum, dunum. As soon as Silky Johnson came in, the comment section, the money, dunum, 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 moving smooth. It reminded me of a blood. His name was Benny. He was from Fresno. When we were chavalitos and we used to go hang out in Chinatown over here in Salinas, which was a bad thing, but we're chavalitos, right? And a lot of partners went down there, but you didn't want to go down there because there was a lot of things going on and a lot of high caliber people. But anyways, he reminded me of there was a blood named Benny. He was a pimp and he would pull up con the ocho muchachas, this dude. And a buddy of mine, Art, he would pay him to kind of watch the ride and do this and do that. And he would go with him all of a sudden to AutoZone and buy parts. And he was just breaking them off dubs all day. So, man, the art like that. Silky Johnson just reminded me of them. Benny the Blood. Orale. Early 90s. Fresno. Blood neighborhood. I don't know. Saca la bolsita. We're going to wrap it up right now. Mario Topete says, saca la bolsita. Little Mr. E said, sock so high that they touch my... Yeah, Sundown had a lot of crazy stories, man. Fum 209's in a guerra. Fum 209 is in a direct guerra. They're going to go in the cheesecake shoe wars. They're going to go in the shoe wars and may the best man win. I'm out of it.
Who we talking about?
You and Fum are going to go in Corcoran shoe yard. And you're going to go out and you're going to have to get your money. Remember, no chavalas. Yo, mama, he says. Those are funny jokes. There, the yellow book. There was remember the yellow cat book, the Yo Mama. There was a yellow cat book back in the 90s. You don't remember it? A yellow. It was a snaps. Like it was a.
No. We used to roast people in for real life, not on the comments.
Okay, there's too many comments, man. I can't even say hi to everyone because everyone keeps. But Brenda Love, just check. Brenda La Chicana, I appreciate you, amiga. I appreciate your support from day one. Hit the like. Gracias for the super chat. We're past the 8 o'clock hour. I'm going to leave this live up, you guys. Go ahead and watch the repeat. If you're listening to it on the replay, we talked about a lot of things right here. Me and Chicago Dumb. Hit that like and hit that
shout out
subscribe.
to the 209. Everybody except Fume. He's not from there. He's from Portland.
I think. God, man. Don't worry, Foom. Don't worry about it. Behind the scene, When we get off the live, he's gonna get a calentada way.
I
Don't
think
worry
that's
about that.
Fume
He
from
doesn't know what that
Portland,
is because he's from Chicago. He doesn't know what a
from the big
calentada,
old P, big old Portland. He's from Portlandia.
but I'm gonna let him know what a calentada is. Don't worry about that, fool. I got him for you. Orale, that's it,
Shout
man.
out to Jerry's beard, and shout out to Jerry's sister. Tell
Bigfoot
Jerry
for
to pay his
real.
rent and to
You
keep
guys,
it
I'm
down.
out,
It's
man.
after
It's
10 p.m.
we went over. It's Wednesday. Give the last shouts out of the night,
You're
cabrón.
on the clock, bitch, and midnight is coming.
You're on the clock, Jerry.
Last message, last everything. Come on, Cholo.
Hey, shit, like I said, hit them likes. Make sure you subscribe. Chicano Tube. Like I said, he's doing big shit. You know what I mean? Just keep it real, like he does, my man Mikey over here. You know what I'm saying? Just
That's right.
shout out to the haters. You feel me? I got
That's
a lot
right,
of them.
man. Shout out to everyone. Shout out to all the day oneers. Don't forget to subscribe over to
Hey,
Chicano
shout out
Tube.
to Triple OG, Triple OG. Make sure you tap in, hit that likes and subscribes. You
Yeah,
feel
you
me?
better check in with him. Check in
You
with him.
gotta check in, bro. You gotta check
Yeah, I
in.
checked in. Wait, I checked in. You know, I check in all the time. So that's what's up, man. All right, you guys, I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to check back in with the familias Wednesday night. Hit the live. We come back on Friday night with maybe another special guest. Some boxing news is also coming up. Something is marinating in the cuts. O sea, the tri-tip is in a plastic bag in the refrigerator, marinating con A1 sauce, teriyaki, and orange fucking slices. I got some boxing news, but let's just wait until it's official, like a referee's whistle. I think it's something that's going to excite the people. What do you think? Are people hungry for a fight? Are people waiting?
I think so.
Another YouTube fight?
Yeah, I think Jerry needs to get a fight in because all I heard is he likes to beat his meat. But
a calentada coming right now. Here's a calentada as soon as we get out of here. I'm gone, you guys. Shout out to the next episode. Remember what I always say. In the end, all you got is the memories.
Yes, sir. All right, Mikey, I'm out.